Hi, my name is Barbara Ann Sharon, and I've asked my colleague and partner Bob Madonna to join us here today to give us some insight on what it's like to work with the Training Edge. He's been a colleague and a partner of ours for quite some time now, and I really appreciate to get some insight on some of the things that he's experienced with working with us that I think you might find to be interesting. So Bob, thanks for being here today.
Well, Barbara Ann, it's been an honor to work with you for the last decade or so, and I'm pleased to be here. And I do have a couple questions I thought I'd ask you to try to really help your clients, prospective clients, understand Training Edge's value. First of all, what's Training Edge do? What would you say they do?
Yeah, so we've gone through a lot of different renditions of our organization, and where we've landed is where we started, is that we've always been a full-service training and development company. And with that is that we pride ourselves on really providing educational solutions to help clients achieve their goals, their objectives, their business performance. And so our strong niche really still resides in leadership, team development, and professional skills, because we believe that your workforce needs to have the skills in order to achieve those objectives.
And when you look at it, that's a wide array of services. What do you think your specialty is? What would be the one that you say, that's what we're really great at?
Yeah, and it's funny because many times I see this all the time where an organization will say that they do things and when really they shouldn't be doing it. And we've always prided ourselves in saying we have very defined niche. We are really good at working with teams, collaboration, leadership, and getting you in those professional skills area. So we're not going to teach you how to write code. We're not going to be up to date on the EEOC laws of compliance, but we are really good at those interpersonal skills and those interpersonal relationships and helping groups, individuals, leaders do the best that they can to achieve those results.
Barbara, in the marketplace is crowded with a lot of people in this space. You go on the internet, you'll find dozens, if not hundreds of companies. What makes Training Edge so different from all those other companies?
Yeah, so we have our specialties, and I think what I've seen most is that we are really good at understanding what you need and being small enough to create that customized solution, yet having a large enough bench strength to meet the resource needs that are there. And so our specialty really is around understanding what you need, coming up with innovative solutions, maybe thinking out of the box, challenging in a way that perhaps you haven't thought of before, and maybe even sometimes giving you the mirror of sending back that information that will challenge you and educate you in ways that you haven't thought about education in the past. And so we stay up to date on what's happening out there in the market. We continue to get certified in many different areas, and we bring that certification and expertise to you as a client.
Barbara, and you mentioned bench. What's the value out of the bench that you have, the folks that really work with you?
Yeah, so they go through a pretty rigorous process to be part of our bench, and I pride myself on that because we know that when we send out one of our professionals to work with your organization, that not only is it a reflection on us, it's also a reflection on you, that you've made a good decision, and we know that you've got very specific goals and objectives to achieve. So our professionals have been out there in the market. They have a very strong base of knowledge and experience that they can bring to the programs or bring to the solutions in order to give you some of those best practices in a wide variety of industries. So they go through a pretty rigorous process, as I said, in terms of the certification, but we have very defined expertise in those criteria, and we make sure that we match the professional that's working with your organization to match your culture. And we have had great success with that.
Yeah, and I found in working together, one of the things I really enjoyed was all your professionals have done the job in the past, so they understand it and they can apply it. And I think it's really important for your clients. When you look at today with the tough economic times, return on investment's talked about all the time. How do you measure success for your clients?
It's a common question. And what we typically see is that, one, people don't understand what that measurement means, and there are quite a number of different ways to measure. The textbook says there's 4 different levels of training measurement. What we do is we want to find out what's important to you. So we want to really understand what you're benchmarking and what your metrics are, and we create the program that's designed around those benchmarks. So in terms of immediate application to the job, that our attendees and the people that work with us will see that immediate return on that investment. It really does come back to what's important to you.
Barbara Ann, one of the areas we always struggle with is how do we take our value proposition to people who have an existing educational group, a training group in the company. What do you say to a potential client who has a training organization and they're going to outsource to you? How do you work with that?
Yeah, I think it's very important that you work with your internal resources, whether it be that you've got an internal training and development team or you've got your internal HR group. The purpose is that we will either support and lend additional bench strength to your internal resources to get to your needs in that respect, or what we found is because we're out there in the market, staying on top of certifications, staying on top of the trends and all the things that are out there that make our programs current and relevant to today, many of our clients bring us in for that reason. Because we're out there, we're able to bring in best practices from a wide range of industries that will be very specific to when we get in front of your audience as well. So whether it be that we're providing the additional strength to your internal resources, or we're bringing you a new breath of fresh air and new ideas and innovation to your existing courses or corporate university, that's where our expertise is.
With today's changing workforce, how do you balance the different modalities of learning to your clients' needs?
Bob, I don't need to tell you that people learn differently today. It's not just textbook, it's not just come in a classroom and learn. You know, with so many different forms of technology, we've learned to really leverage that technology and to get the education to where it needs to go. So we're doing a lot more programs in a virtual way. We're having a lot more impact from online university experience. We're having blended learning solutions because one type of learning and education doesn't fit all. So we really best understand who is it that you need to reach and what's the best way to do that. So some of our clients are in Asia and Singapore, and so we have to adapt and adjust to helping to meet not only their needs from a physical standpoint, how do we deliver that kind of information, but also from a cultural perspective. We really embrace the diversity and the culture into our learning to make sure that it's meeting the objectives that it needs to.
Great. If I was going on Training Edge's website and got this video and I saw something, and what would make me want to hire your firm, you and your firm?
Yeah. You need to feel comfortable with who we are. And we really come from a place of high value and high content. We're authentic in what we do. And so we take the time to understand you, your needs, and help you to see maybe some things differently than you've seen in the past. Now, sometimes it doesn't always feel good because we'll challenge you. We'll stretch you out of your comfort zone. We'll provide innovative solutions, maybe things that you haven't thought about before. But people come back to us time and time again for the overall results. When they trust us, we are their trusted advisor. We want to be there to provide those results that you're looking for. So Bob, I really appreciate your being here. We've been in a great business partnership relationship for a long time, and we've certainly have seen a lot of changes over the years. And so in doing that, I think you've given our audience that's visiting the Training Edge website some insight on what it's like to work with the Training Edge, maybe some things to expect, how we get our resources, how we stay on top of the market trends in terms of bringing you the best innovative educational solutions that are out there. So thanks for being a part of this great interview, both Bob as well as you. If you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call or just check us out. We'd like to be there to help you meet your needs.